Trump's Truth Social company goes up even more after yesterday's training. He's worth more money than ever before. Imagine Letitia James just weeping at the thought that she was going to financially ruin Trump. Remember, she ran on going after Trump. We have a little bit of news on the desperation and complete disaster that is the Biden campaign, because Barack Obama has to come out and buttress that weekend at Bernie's corpse up with strings and poles. They're in trouble. Trump is just ascending over and over again. Trump just announced he's selling these Bibles and he just makes a ton of money on them. It's amazing. It's just, guys, there's no reason for anyone to have despair or glum. I'm not this big ball of goo, sunshine, optimism. That's not me. I'm looking at hard facts. It's a disaster for the left. It is a huge celebration for Trump. Preemptively, I get it. He's not in the White House yet. The election hasn't happened. I'm only saying everything is going well for him. Welcome to Doug in Exile. Let's get to the articles and I'll prove my case to you. Over at CBS News, I can't tell you about the joy it gives me to read this on CBS, because they're sitting there having to write this. What do you mean Trump is worth more than he ever has before? And he's now easily one of the 500 richest people in the world. That's all they wanted, was to take all. They thought, oh, we're going to get all of his 500 million. It'll all be gone. Trump's Truth Social platform soars in second day of trading on the NASDAQ. Again, I'm going to keep interrupting this because all they did was try to predict doom and failure. And they're still doing it, but they're going like, don't buy this stock. It's just going to go right down. It has a chance of going down by 95%. Former President Donald Trump's Truth Social began trading under the ticker DJT on Tuesday, putting the real estate tycoon and his initials at the helm of a publicly traded company once again. Trump Media and Technology Group shares soared in their second day of trading, rising $7.40 or 13% to $65 on Wednesday morning. That follows a gain of 16% on Monday when the company began trading on NASDAQ. The gains give Trump Media and Technology Group a market value of $9.3 billion. Trump, who owns 58% of the newly public company, now has a stake valued at $5.2 billion. At least on paper, they always say, as they're trying to tamp this down. They're trying to throw shade on it. It's just on paper, guys. I just think it's hilarious. Okay, well, let's get some trolling on here. Let's get some fun against the Democrats. On Truth Social Tuesday, users were posting about being shareholders or seeking tips on how to buy shares. Our one user urged conservatives to, quote, get behind the DJT stock and send it over $100 per share to drive the liberals insane, another declared. Get yourself a piece of DJT stock if you're a true MAGA supporter. I'm going to give you my quick opinion on that because I trade in stocks. I can't give advice to you, and I don't want to ever take responsibility to say, hey, go buy this stock, and then you lose all your money. This is in a very, volatile sector is social media. Okay. It goes up and down. So, and I always say, do your own research. Okay. Beware. Don't ever do anything because I'm talking about how great this stock is and how great it is that Trump's making money. However, I will say this, if I can give Trump money by making a campaign donation, which I think is completely risky, all that money, it just goes out of you and you don't hold any of the value. You give it all to Trump. I think it's a better idea to buy stock. Buy stock in a company he owns. He can still take the money out if he wants, and you own something. Now that money could go to zero. But one thing we know, if you give money to his campaign, your money leaves you and is worth zero, right? Zero. Now, if you invest in his stock, what are the chances of that going to zero? Like it's 100% your money is gone if you give to a campaign, but this money, it could go to zero. It could also double. You're not going to double your money giving to his campaign. So I'm only saying I think it's a very interesting way to support him, especially if you're a Trump supporter. Also, it's very hard to give to a campaign. They send you junk mail forever. They do phone calls forever once they get your credit card information. And that's if you're lucky enough to happen to find the Trump campaign where you can donate money. There's 50 different shells pretending to be Trump on the Republican side where they're sending you junk emails all the time. It's very easy for your broker or to go to a stock market and find the Truth Social DJT ticker symbol and invest in that on the NASDAQ. Okay. I'm just saying, just from the paperwork standpoint, it's easier. Now, again, I don't want to get into trouble. Never say, Doug said I should give. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying is making money, and everyone thought they would take it away from him, and he just makes money and makes money, including the Bible he's selling. He's now a Bible salesman. And I'm not even convinced he's read a whole lot of it, guys. I believe the Bible is real, 100% the word of God. But I just think it's funny that Trump is selling the Bible as a product, and even it is just grinding out and making money. The guy, he wakes up in the morning and he makes money. You can take all of his money, and tomorrow he'll be making billions more. Okay. It's like, I don't know if it's a gift or what, but it's what the guy does. And Letitia James and Judge Engeron and the Democrat Party that thought they were going to drain his funds to keep him from funding his own campaign by going through the lawfare in New York. Democrat Party, you've done nothing but make him more popular to the voters. It completely backfired on Letitia James and the Democrats. I'm going to title this episode that. Complete backfire, utter fiasco. Your plans were ruinous. The knife you tried to put in him turned around and went right in your heart. Okay, let's get to some Obama news, because this is about the Biden campaign being in a free fall disaster, and they're calling in the emergency. They're like, look, Biden's going to lose. We better do something about it now. CNN Politics. Again, I love reporting from the enemy. Obama jumps in to help Biden defeat Trump again. Loser. Who wants to stand on stage with Biden? Oh my man, this is emergency mode. They got the golden child in there. Here comes Barack Obama. Spent several hours last Friday in the family dining room of the White House visiting his former Vice President Joe Biden. By the way, Obama does not like Biden. Okay, they're not friends. But you'll never see Michelle Obama in a picture hanging out and having a good time with Jill Biden. Okay, they're not buddies. The mood was cheerful as the pair exchanged jokes. This is so fake. I'd love to hear the jokes. Did Biden roll out all of his racist jokes that he's been telling for 20 years? And the meeting served as a small reunion of sorts for the two presidents' respective staff, as they were ready just to tear each other apart. Many of whom have known each other going back to the Obama White House. Yeah, I'll say all of them know the Obama White House. They're all plants of Obama's because he can run the country. His staff, they know each other. CNN almost gave it away, guys. They almost told you a truth for a second. Oops, that almost slipped out. Still, the occasion was hardly just two old friends catching up. That's a nice way of putting it. That's what CNN says, guys. The occasion was not two old friends catching up, because they hate each other's guts. Obama has made clear. Can you imagine Obama? Look, Obama is like cool. He's like Rat Pack. He's in there with his suit. Hey, my people. We're all like, Hollywood just adores him. Can you imagine him having to sit across the table from Biden and just look at just this shambling, what's left of a guy, just probably staring right through him? And Biden's like going, hey, look, it's Joe. And Biden, ice cream. He's used to hanging out with Tom Cruise and Steven Spielberg. And now suddenly he's hanging out with a shambling man. Obama has made clear to associates in recent months that he believes Biden's intensifying rematch with Donald Trump in November will be incredibly close. That's a nice way of putting it. and that the 2024 election marks an all hands on deck moment. Yeah, people familiar, that includes all of the judges you're hiring to attack Trump. All hands on deck. Get all the judges and all the juries after Trump. Biden and Obama, along with former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. We need help. Can we get help from from a bat woman? She looks like a pterodactyl wing stretched over a human skeleton. Along with former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, they had an IV drip that came out of a box wine for her to keep her upright. Participated in an organizing call in the White House residence heralding the 14th anniversary of the Affordable Care Act. Yeah, these people are psycho. Who celebrates the 14th year of anything? It's not the 10 year, not the 20 year. Hey, we're heralding the 14th year. Oh, of what? Of the Declaration of Independence? Of your marriage? Of when you accepted Christ? No, of the Affordable Care Act. Stupid. We have the chance to do even more, but that only happens if we send Joe and Kamala back to the White House in November. Kamala, we did it, Joe.
We did it. We did it, Joe.
We did it. No, I like school buses. Can you imagine them hanging out with their buddy? We got to send Joe and Kamala, because Joe, as good as he is, what we really need is a genius vice president. Get me Kamala Harris. Joe, we got to help her. Good thing we've got Joe and Kamala back. Obama said in a video, can you imagine? That would look like a hostage video. Obama, he's blinking torture while he's saying, we got to send Joe and Kamala back to the White House in November. We did it, Joe. We did it. So we've got to keep working, he said. This is enough mockery. I'm having too good of a time, guys. It's great news. Trump, who's filthy rich, Letitia James went after him, and he got filthy richer, kicking back and making a truth social media site, selling Bibles. He's going up by billions. Meanwhile, Letitia James is they go from $450 million bail down to about $150 million bail. Trump's going to be able to afford it. It's going to go up to appeals. It's almost certainly going to get completely reversed, embarrassing Letitia James and frustrating her effort to take Trump's name off the ballot forever. You get nothing. You went for Trump Tower. You get nothing. You attacked his family. His family's allowed to run his business. You did nothing. You got nothing. And now they're flying in Barack Obama to rescue Biden. And this is the best news of all, guys. Walk with me for a second. Tell me in the chat if you agree. The best news of all is that Obama has to look at his legacy. He looks across the table and there's Biden. He looks like he came out of Disney's haunted house. And Obama looks across at that guy and goes, this is my legacy. This is what's left of my run. And now I have to cut commercials to try to prop this guy up. He looks like a loser. And when I sit here with him and have to talk about Joe and Kamala with a straight face, I look like a lying idiot. That's the best news of all, guys. This has been Doug in Exile.